Well, here we are, and Grant, this is your field, and Lorin, you probably got the most experience. Grant, how many years have you farmed this piece of ground?
I'll be about 6.
This is your 6th season.
That's right.
Young farmer here at Copeland, Kansas, just getting started, and he's got a P51 Mustang toolbar. And Lorin, you've had the Exactrix system for 7 or 8 years, haven't you?
Yeah, I think something like that with the other pump and then the new pump that I got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Lorin has done every year a great set of test plots for us and looking at the correct rate of nitrogen. They come in timely. You work with the Pioneer seed corn guy too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They brought their scale out and weighed it for me.
And then you do it with big plots too, don't you?
Yeah, you generally clear through the field. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And invariably we find. I think, if I remember right, in those 7 years, it's always been between 140 and 160 was about it, huh?
Yeah, that's what I have found on my farm. Once I get 160 pounds on, I'm good to go. It out of 2 years of or 3 years testing, 2 of the years the 160 beat the test plot. We would do up to as high as 200, and 1 year I think maybe we gained 3/4 of a bushel by 200 pounds. But it looks like once you get 160 on, the corn's pretty well satisfied.
And all this testing was done with TAPS, triammonium polyphosphate, and done with about, what, 40 pounds of P, if I remember right, or was it 50?
It varied some. Sometimes we would add like 8 gallon of phos and 4 of thiazole. And
so that would be pretty close to 28 pounds of P. And then humic acid is new, and this field has some humic on it too. Is that right?
Yeah, I think Grant put hydrohume on this field. Yeah, we first year of trying hydrohume mixed with it. Yeah.
Well, this is no-till, and you've done primarily strip till, so this is a big change. And of course, Lorin, you're probably the most experienced. What do you think of the no-till stand?
I'm real happy with the stand. It looks good, tasseled out nice. As far as conserving moisture, we have conserved the most moisture we possibly could on this field, the way I feel.
And this being the 2012 drought year, 2 years in a row now, she's looking pretty doggone good hanging in there. Corn on corn in this rotation. So we were walking out in the corn here, and we were walking right down those old corn rows, and we were finding we could dig around and find those little P51 marks where they had run about 7.5 inches on each side of the established corn rows we see here. So really it was a lot of fun walking out in that corn, seeing those old corn stalks out there and that organic life and that bio balance that's going on right at the surface. I thought the roots looked very well. The brace roots looked real good on those corn rows out there. We're very happy with a uniform stand. I think it looks just really good for a no-till stand. What are you thinking about it, Grant?
Yeah, it come up fairly good. A little uneven when it first was emerging, but I'm very happy with the way it looks now. It evened up as it grew, and I think it's going to be a good potential for a great yield out here.
And you told me there must be, you're probably the only guy that's no-tilled corn on corn in the area.
Well, for this particular year, I know some guys did it last year, but the neighbor has tried it some, but there's very few out here.
You know, another thing that's going on here is the dryland pivot corner right next to us, and this has been planted at 12,000 population no-till. Is that right, Grant?
That's right.
And this is a Pioneer variety, and for being as hot as it's been, you know, 100 and plus, what, 7, 8 degrees, as hot as that for 10, 15 days in a row. I mean, it was a cooker. The raccoons lost all their tails out here, I think. But if you take a look across on the other adjoining pivot corner, that's with tillage. And so you got a pretty dramatic comparison between no-till corn and tillage corn in a pivot corner. And Lorin, you didn't want to open up the ground at all. It was done actually with some solution 32, I guess.
Yeah, we just felt like we couldn't afford to open the ground up Dribbled on 32% behind the planter, and then did get a little rain just a little later to incorporate it. Good stand on it, and the corn's actually hung on pretty good. I would have never thought it would do what it did.
Yeah.
But you can see the color looks pretty good, and if a little more rain would fall, it definitely would be able to harvest some corn where they have run.
All right. Well, I'm really impressed. This has been just a wonderful day. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening now, and the sun's getting low. But what a beautiful day to go to look at a cornfield that's been side dressed with, well, not side dressed, pre-plant banded with taps, and it's been an excellent return on the money. I think. How much nitrogen and phosphate and sulfur did you put on this, Grant?
On the corner?
Yeah. Well, no, out here in
Out here?
on the main field.
165 pounds, and then we put about 6 gallon of Thiazole and 4 of
Polyphos.
Yep.
Phosphate was expensive this year, and just back her down a little bit.
Yep. It was. Yeah, I put the Hydro-U in and felt like that would compensate a little for that, and good results.
Yep. And a little zinc in there too.
Yep, little zinc.
Any other micros in there?
I believe that was it.
And how about the planter? How much polyphosphate on the planter, or what'd you do there?
Actually, I kind of split the mix. I didn't put that. That was total amount.
Oh, total amount.
So I split that and added water to make my gallons up. So put about total of 15 gallon on, about 7, 8 with the P51s, and then about 5, 6, 7 with the planter.
Well, that's not the ortho ratio. That's Grant's mortgage lifter. That's a special blend, isn't it? Boy, you're going to hang in there this farming game, aren't you? Must not be a long-term lease, huh?
I gotta cut corners where I can, but you know, I wanted to get a starter on, and so I kind of split it and got the both.
Well, yeah, that's the deal. You know, when nutrients get expensive, you just don't use as much. That's just the way it works. It's just an economic deal. The agronomist might convince you that you have to have so many pounds of P, but it's economics. That's the only way it works. If corn would drop down to $2 a bushel, you'd be doing something totally different for sure. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think, Alex? We go on home, or shall we stick around here and camp out tonight?
You camp in the corn by the rattlesnakes, and I'll be in the hotel.
Rattlesnakes? Really? Well, that does it. I'm going back to Dodge City, and I'm going to watch Crystal with Sierra.